Steve Brooks here. Welcome to Wednesday's Inside Look by Brooks. I'm joined with Beach Brooks III, who is my co-host, and today we're talking about the dangers of trucks and work zones. And I think during COVID, a lot of cities, counties, and states were smart when traffic slowed down, when everybody was kind of at home. They accelerated construction projects, road construction projects, which made sense. But now that the economy is booming again and the roads are filled with traffic, we're starting to experience more construction zone accidents. Have you seen that too, Beach?
I have. I read an article, I think, a week or two ago that Lakeland Winter Haven, I think the second fastest growing place in the country right now, which leads to quite a few construction sites, which leads to construction accidents. I think, it's just one of those things where people get used to driving the same route day after day, whether it be to work or home, and they're not anticipating, construction, and they may be looking at their phone or somehow being distracted. And we see, quite a few of these accidents in construction sites, and they can be pretty severe accidents. I know quite a few of them that involve commercial vehicles, can be quite severe.
Yeah, and the Tampa to Orlando area, which is where our law firm is based, is quite a touristy area. And so we have people that aren't familiar with our roads coming down, and so they're already unfamiliar. But then you add on top of that construction zones, and it's a real recipe for disaster. Um, One of the things I didn't realize was that large trucks make up just 5% of traffic, but they account for 33% of fatal accidents. Which that's startling, but also when you think about it, they're big trucks. They're going to probably be involved in more fatalities.
And I think, like you said, 1/3 of all fatal work zone crashes or construction site crashes involve those commercial vehicles, the semi trucks. And I know you and I discussed a couple of times the last month and a half about how those accidents and crashes tend to be so much more severe or even deadly, just because of the size of the vehicles involved.
Any thoughts or tips on navigating construction zones?
I think obviously just make sure you're obeying the traffic signals. I know at some construction sites they have, the person that is, holding the stop or slow signs. Just make sure that you're obeying those. I know a lot of times with the Waze and certain, navigation apps that are now out there, they'll tell you if there's a construction zone coming up. And then it's obviously just pay attention, make sure you're putting the phone down, make sure that you're aware of your surroundings, because, the defense always uses the term accident, but they're really crashes because there's nothing accidental about these. These crashes could be occurred if people were paying attention to their surroundings, put the phone down. So just make sure that you are, contributing to society and being a safe driver while on the road.
So yeah, 842 people died in work zone crashes in 2019. And that was 11% higher than the year before. So I can only imagine it's going to go up this year with the amount of traffic that's back on the road and the number of projects that were accelerated.
Not only that, too. A lot of times around these construction zones, you have construction equipment. You may have bulldozers. You may have, other large vehicles that, could be hazards on the roadway or may not be looking out for you. Just be aware of what's going on out there because these accidents and these crashes do tend to be more severe than standard rear end collision.
Yeah, absolutely. So as always, Beach and I are more than happy to dialogue or talk with you. If you have questions, feel free to contact
We
me.
actually do
Go ahead.
We actually do have a question from an audience member. Dave would like to know, my car didn't make physical contact with another, but they still blame me for an accident that occurred. Can I be responsible or at fault for this?
So yeah, yes, you can because if I cause an accident because I run a red light, just because you don't hit me, if you swerve to and hit another car, it was my negligence in running the red light that actually caused you to swerve and hit another car. So there does not have to be physical contact.
Yeah, and I guess my legal answer would be it depends. With every fact pattern, it depends. But yes, you could be liable. And if any, like Steve was getting ready to say, if any of y'all do have questions like this, don't hesitate to reach out to either Steve or myself or visit our website. We're always available to answer your questions, whether they're car crash related, slip and fall related, or just any injury case or legal question in general. We're here for you guys.
And you can reach out to Beach at beachii@brookslawgroup.com or Steve at brookslawgroup.com, and we'll be glad to, if you want to talk to us after the show, feel free to. And thanks for joining me, Beach. And I hear your new nickname is No Tarpon Beach. I just
Yeah,
wanted to,
unfortunately.
Beach went fish.
Unfortunately, we go fishing every single year down in Boca Grande, which tends to be the tarpon capital of the world. I'm on about a 10-year, 15-year streak of not getting one to the boat. So my 18-month-old son will probably catch one before me at this rate.
Okay, well, thanks for being and joining me today, and thank you guys for listening in. And we'll see you next Wednesday for Wednesday's Inside Look by Brooks. Thanks, Beach.